He's been adjusting the size of the bracelet for me and smoothing it now. This is an example of a piece here. It's got a little bit dusty, but that's what the pieces look like before the lacquer and designs are applied. So that's not maybe the best example because it's covered in dust at the moment. There's another here, which is better. It's a small piece, but it gives a better idea. This piece here has a little top on it, and you can see it's perfectly spherical. So when that has the lacquer applied and the incisions made, etched into it, and then the paint placed into the incisions, it will, depending on the quality of the craftsman's work, it may be extraordinary or modest, but each one, of course, the final end depends on so many people cooperating together in the enterprise of getting it right, or turning out the very best piece possible. He's really trying to do this very well for me. I greatly appreciate it. He's taking a lot of care. Already turning into a fine piece.
Please.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. He's calling me inside. This is the workshop where the other stages take place. Hello. This is a piece, the lacquer has already been applied, and he's actually doing the engraving on it. So he's using a sharp metal object. So he's doing it completely by hand. He hasn't, it's going directly onto the tray. He's not drawing it out with a pencil or anything first. So if he makes a mistake, there's no going back. These are various stages here. This girl is doing very intricate work. You may notice on the cheeks of the girls is it's like a cream, but it's a natural product. It's called thanaka, and in Myanmar, the girls and some of the boys wear it, even some of the men, but many of the girls wear it. And she's working on the very intricate pieces. Some of these are rice bowls. Here's a marvelous piece. These are screens. So they tell stories in Myanmar tradition. Some of them are taken from old scrolls or from temples, some of the designs. We're approaching this from the opposite side, so we're upside down. But these are based on traditional Myanmar culture, these designs. This technique is with eggshells. The eggshells are broken and then they are applied on top of the lacquer. They're adhered to it. This is more of the eggshell work. These are some of the magnificent pieces that have been made here. They're again perhaps made some years ago and somehow haven't made their way out of the workshop. There's a lot of dust on them. Now here is this is the actual lacquer. You can see it's pitch black. Hello. So this is the basis of it. Depending on the quality of the work, sometimes there are as many as 24 layers of lacquer, each individually applied, and between the lacquer, between laying down one layer on top of the other, the underlayer is smoothed again with, or roughened rather, with a sort of a rough stone in order to give a grip to the other layer that's going to be applied. But you can see it's absolutely black. This comes from the lacquer tree. Now they are actually working with the lacquer here. They apply it with their fingers. So once this is done, then they are dried. The whole process, it's hard to believe, but the whole process can take 8 months from the start to the finish because of the drying process between each layer of lacquer that has to dry. And they use underground, they're like cellars, to actually dry the lacquer. It's very humid for a good part of the year here, so they dry it underground. And I've gone into the underground cellars, and they're like ovens. It would be not a place to get trapped in. But that process, at any rate, dries everything. We'll look now at a finished piece in a moment, so you can get an idea.